Yep.
When he put up his skincare routine the other day, I was like, yes, and then you tone.
Yeah, we could talk about this when we get online.
We're online. I'm waiting for you.
You're not waiting for me.
Fine.
Hello, everyone. Is anybody out there?
No.
Are we waiting for the people?
What if we want to?
I don't know if we want to. I'm kind of that guy.
Okay. You can't perform without an audience, huh?
I'm kind of that guy who can. I don't care whoever's there. They'll join when I...
You're like... I don't care who's around. See?
One-man band.
Boom,
Boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. I like it. The people, not our people, but strangers hate it when we do that.
Do what?
To make noises with our mouths. They're like, stop beatboxing. I'm like, sir, you do not watch the show. We make noises all the time. Are you ready to go?
Share this video with I am Canadian business. Sure.
Why that? People do that all the time. They share their stuff on like.
I don't know why it asked me to do this. This is very, very strange.
It was a suggestion for you.
Yeah, I took it.
You're like, yes.
Okay, yeah, most definitely.
Agree.
These people can see me.
People are on. Darren. Hi, Darren. Darren is on. Darren Hall is on. And someone else.
Darren.
So far.
Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, what happened there?
I'm gonna beat myself and share this.
Very interesting. Wow.
That's what's happening over there for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out why I'm frozen.
Miss Muriel Jackson said hi.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm getting some of these things.
Okay.
King Darren, Auntie Mary, how are you?
Good evening, everyone.
Good night to both of you. To you as well.
Good night.
Good night.
I actually learned at sometime in my 20s that saying good night is as a greeting is a West Indian thing. Like,
sure.
Yeah, more Westerners use good night like the end. But Caribbean people walk in the street and be like, good night, everybody.
It's true. It's true, especially the smaller in diameter islands.
Is that true?
True.
I don't know. I'm Guyanese and I'm from a whole continent and we do it all the time. So. Okay, all right.
It's a matter of respect when you come into a room and it's nighttime. You wish
say,
people good night.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, let's compare it to Western culture. They'd be like, good evening. That's a greeting. But good night is like a farewell.
I hear you.
Not a greeting. But we be out here saying good night right in the beginning.
We be doing it.
All right, everybody. Did I say the things?
We haven't said any of the things yet.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to another issue of the Black Multiverse Theory Podcast. We are here again coming to you from Aphrodisiac Studios. We have a lot going on tonight.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
A whole lot of things.
How was your week?
It was fine. I had a stomachache yesterday, which I think was just, I can't really work. One time my dad was told me that stress is deadly. That's what he said. And I know a lot of, especially Caribbean people, we tend to rest shame. African people, I'm not sure. We tend to rest shame. Like, you're sleeping? You're sleeping still? Why are you sleeping? Oh, you're sleeping. Like, right? But I've recently joined the Nap Ministry on Facebook and have been reading a lot about kind of radical self-care and sleep and the importance of, like, shutting down. But my dad in that way was very revolutionary in terms of always encouraging rest. And yeah, I could lay down all day and read a book and he'd be like, that's good, that's a good day, right? Yeah, so this week I just didn't get enough of that, I think. And because I'm not a person, like, there's a point where my body's like, yeah, no. So I had to, like, actually move a bunch of people off of one of my days and take a second to just rest and let my stomach acid relax. And I threw a whole bunch of turmeric at it, which is an anti-inflammatory, and a whole bunch of masala things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it's been good. It's been good seeing everybody. The shop has been quite busy. And Kyle, I don't know if you're hearing us, Kyle Smith from Ink Fable has been working on the new Harriet book, and we finally have pretty much a cover without the words and like a detailed sketch of like a time-lapsed video of him, like, working on Harriet from the beginning to now. So it's really cool. His attention to detail is really neat. He sent me a picture of Harriet and her braids, the braids that she had, and I was like, yeah, it's good, but it looks like extensions. He's like, what? And then I was like, went back to work like I normally do. He's like, Nicola, what? So I went back to him and then I sent him photos of what I was talking about, and then I sent him photos of natural hairlines. And my man went back and, like, redid the hairline in a kind of a way that made it look like more like it wasn't her natural hair rather than it was like extensions. It was his attention to detail is
interesting. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And then I think he's used to drawing older people, so she gets older and older. So sometimes I have to remind him to, like, pudge her up and stuff, because she's a lady in some of them. I'm like, this is a lady, sir. So, but it's been really good. It's super exciting.
Well, yeah. This week was the Thanksgiving this weekend.
It was.
So it was Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. The United States has their Thanksgiving in November.
I'm going to do a Friendsgiving for American Thanksgiving. Sanaya lamented that she hasn't had a quote-unquote good Thanksgiving in years. So I felt like that was a direct attack. And
I think she's an adult now. Maybe she can make her own Thanksgiving.
But, you know,
we'll see what happens.
She's not an adult. Like, she's legally an adult, but she's 18 years old. She's still a teenager. She's an older teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
Yeah, I'm considering having a Friendsgiving. You know, I've been wanting to cook soul food for quite a minute, so it'll give me an opportunity. And I'm going to ask Tyson to smoke a turkey for us. I'll season it, and I'll get him to smoke it. I'll even jerk it. Maybe we'll have jerk turkey. No, you don't like jerk. Sorry.
Don't go
I
over
forgot.
it. Just stay regular.
Why have to go all fancy?
That's not fancy. That's just doing weird stuff to turkey.
I'm going to smoke it. I'll smoke it.
Just cook it.
Can I smoke it, though? At least?
Sure. As long as it doesn't get dry.
No, it won't get dry. I'm going to brine it for 2 days before.
As long as it doesn't get dry.
Fine. So we will likely have Friendsgiving before the market.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving was pretty good for me. I I spent it with the children and the family.
Nice.
So it wasn't too bad. It was turkey, some mac and cheese
pie. Yes, I love it.
Caesar salad. Salad.
All of the delicacies.
Yeah, there's some ham there. I didn't have too much of the ham, but they love the ham with the pineapple in it and stuff like that. So they had that. So it was pretty good. And then we watched...
That sounds awesome.
Then we watched Incredibles, the very first Incredibles movie, which was good. And it's a classic. Very much so.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Disney movies,
very much so. And they enjoyed every second of it. Every second of it. So it was good. So I had a great time for Thanksgiving. It was good. So that brings us now to the scroll. Yeah, because this week we didn't get to talk about it last week, but the vice presidential debates we didn't get to talk about last week.
Was it happening? Did it happen after the show, or we just didn't get around to it? It happened. I think it happened in between.
I'm not too sure. But since then, SNL has done their own version of it, which is hilarious.
Maya Rudolph, which is hilarious.
Mike Pence went up against Senator Kamala Harris, and they faced off for the vice presidential debate. When people will ask who won, a lot of people thought that Senator Harris.
Kamala, like Pamela with a K.
A lot of people call her Kamala on CNN.
So we're wrong. Everybody's wrong. It's Kamala.
She said it's Kamala?
Yeah, it's Kamala, like Pamela.
As long as she's saying it, her name is Kamala.
She is. Okay. It's just like how we are all out here saying Rihanna, and Rihanna's like, it's Rihanna.
So it's Rihanna.
It's Rihanna.
So it's Rihanna.
I mean, if it's Kamala, it's Rihanna, but that's not the people's names. It's Rihanna.
Is this Rihanna?
It's Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah.
Then you may as well call the lady Kamala.
I don't know. It's tomato to me. Potato.
A whole person's name is tomato.
Pretty much, yep, pretty much. Because what you're doing is you're taking the A in both names and giving it either one sound or another.
But your parents named you a thing.
But in common English, when you're listening to common English, there's ways to pronounce A depending on where you're from.
Well, actually, A shows up multiple places in terms of pronunciation, because in common English, every vowel has like 5 different sounds.
For sure.
So A can be mad things.
That's why I'm like, so...
Yeah,
but mad. Like when I was a kid, I was like, my name is Nigel, and it was like gel. Like you had to say gel at the end. I was really adamant about that as a child. So now, if you call me Nigel, I don't care.
If somebody calls her Shania, she should be just fine with that.
You just added an H. No.
Yeah, but
no, you added something to it.
Okay, so my full name is Nicola. I should be okay with people calling me Nicola.
You're actually taking something and changing it.
No, but Nicola and Nicola potentially are spelled the same.
No, but the O in both of those sounds different.
Correct.
But and O are different in words.
But O can be
It can be, but not in certain things. You're not going to go over and be like Piccolo.
It seems like you're making strange decisions about what's allowed and what's not allowed, but that's okay. You can keep it moving.
About chocolate. Is that a thing?
Kamala Harris. So what happened?
So anyways.
Did you watch it?
I watched some of the debate.
Some bits.
But what I really watched was Fox News highlight reel on how they perceived Kamala. And how they perceived her...
Mike Pence?
No, about how they perceived her, like, actions and how she received stuff and her facial expressions. And people are like, it is so unpatriotic for her to roll her eyes and to do all this stuff.
Really?
I can't believe she rolled her eyes and her
I
smirks.
shouldn't be surprised.
She had this smirk on her face. And then what they did was it was Trevor Noah who took all of the things, like so many of them, his team took all of the statements that were made, but put Trump's face there instead of hers. And he's doing all of the things. He's like rolling his eyes like back in his head. He's doing all this stuff.
I hate 100% of his facial expression.
It's so hilarious. And she's doing similar stuff, but the whole time she's just smiling. She's just like,
she's smiling. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Yep.
She's amazing.
So she went up against Trump, Pence.
So apparently in the Gullah Geechee language, if somebody's like upstanding, they'll be like, a fly can't land on him, right? Like, he's so good a fly can't even land on him. And then
so yes, we did remember the fly.
That, what do you mean we remember it? That was the second best part. Kamala's facial expressions are the first best part, and then that is the second best part.
The second best part is there was a fly for over 2 minutes just
perched,
nestled in his hair.
2 minutes is a long time for a fly to sit in a place.
It's a very long
any
time.
Place.
For a fly to sit there and not be
unless
threatened by anything or anyone. Like, there was another clip that they showed of Barack Obama, and there was a fly like around. He's doing an interview, and the fly is there. And they're like, "Oh, Mr. President, there's a fly there," and he was like, "What?" And he hit the fly so hard that it hit the ground. He was like, "It's pretty impressive, isn't it? It's pretty impressive. I hit it. Zoom in. Zoom in. There's a fly on the ground. Zoom in." And they zoomed in on the fly, and the fly's like.
Meanwhile, Pence is like, the fly is chilling.
So there, he doesn't even feel the fly. It's like, ugh.
This Tanya said he's a robot, but this Kiki Palmer was like, I'm not saying he's an alien. I'm just saying I've never seen a fly that comfortable since Men in Black.
It's the truth.
It was funny.
He was sitting there. He's just
right there on his head.
Right on his head. Whoops.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that one goes to Kamala. I don't think they're doing any more debates, are they?
They're supposed to. So there's supposed to be more debates coming through. There's supposed to be another second presidential debate. They canceled it because Trump allegedly got COVID, and so they postponed it. So that was a huge issue because the first one was some sort of a weird brawl where he made up his own rules as they were debating, and then so they decided to get Kamala, and
I don't like it either. Trust me.
Kamala or Kamala?
Yeah. There was a tweet that was like, just found out Kamala is Kamala like Pamela, and I can't unhear it. And I'm like, wait a minute. That was when I found out and figured it out. But yes, I also do not like it.
So that is, I think they might have another one, but I'm not sure if Trump is going to have another one. And on top of that, he's gone and done 2 press conferences where he's blamed China specifically for
it's
COVID.
It's really terrible.
The China virus.
And he's like, it's so funny how he says into the camera, and he's like, remember, this is China's fault. I'm like, is this really happening right now?
They're going to pay. I'm like, they're going to pay. What are you going to do, sir? Are you going to go? What are you going to do?
Oh, cut to Red Dawn. Remember that?
Yes, I actually hated that. I watched that movie.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Entirety.
It's one of my favorite movies.
And then as a kid, I hated it because it was so real to me. I kept looking out my window to see if
I watched it many times.
And then watched the sky to see if Russians were landing in all the time. It was rough.
Was it Russians? I thought it was like Koreans.
Most definitely Russians.
No, it was Koreans.
It was not Koreans, was it?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. Wow.
The second one?
1984?
The second one in 2014 or the first one?
I think
when Soviet and Cuban paratroopers invade Colorado.
Is that 1984? Oh, that's not the one I'm talking about.
That's 1984. That's the Red
Dawn. So the
Dawn
2012 one is the redo?
Yeah. And that one is Marine veteran North Korean paratroopers.
Ah. That's one I've seen.
Yeah. I haven't seen this one.
So I guess it's time for a remake.
After I saw the first one, that is the remake.
No, there needs to be a new one because we've covered the Russians. We got the Koreans taken care of. We got to have some Arabs falling from the sky.
No, we need to do True Lies over again. If we're gonna go to the Arabs, we gotta do Eddie Arnold Schwarzenegger.
American propaganda movies are the best. Hollywood is like. I'm like, yeah, Hollywood, you're gonna make this movie with Mark Wahlberg on an oil rig? Okay.
We like it.
What are you really trying to get me to buy into here?
What I don't understand is different people like The Rock. The Rock has been the last movie I saw him in, I think, other than Jumanji, which Jumanji was weird too, but other than Jumanji,
I enjoyed it though.
The Rampage.
I didn't see it.
Rampage, you're trying to convince me that this guy bodybuilds 100% of the time, like 24 hours a day, just so he can take care of pets at the zoo? he's a zookeeper?
Maybe.
Guy?
Maybe.
And he's like, yeah, he's a scientist. Just huge muscles. Just, yeah, here
I'm a scientist. He's like, I want different kinds of roles.
I'm like, why are you...
But he's the scientist. He ends up using those muscles before the end of the movie, and that's why.
He sure does.
You're like, why does this guy have all those muscles? Next thing you know, he's like has a tiger in one hand, and he's like,
the other one he was like, the one before, yeah, the one before that he was like a helicopter pilot.
Yes.
Massive helicopter. Yo, man, are you trying to convince me that you're a helicopter pilot? Because you are doing a horrible job. Were you a wrestler before you?
Why are you out here trying to?
Were you a bodybuilder before you took on this occupation?
Why are you out here trying to disparage the muscularly gifted?
What's your side job? I just want to know what you do on the side.
Speaking of muscularly gifted, Amy Coney Barrett.
Oh yeah,
she's being I guess
sued.
No. This is Trump's pick for
Vice.
No, Trump. It's his pick for the
Senate.
No, it's his pick for
Supreme Court.
Thank you.
Was it that one?
Thank you for getting there.
I finally got there. So many guesses.
So jeez, so many. So this is Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, and she opens by talking about her adopted black children and saying that they are physically gifted and that her white children are mentally gifted. So that was the beginning of that. That is how it started. And more of that. But I watched Brett Kavanaugh in and he's up there. So who knows next what's gonna happen. These people are doing whatever they want. That's what I've realized, actually.
Nice. Physically gifted.
Yeah. Yeah, she says that her black adopted kids are physically gifted. Correct. Bizarre. Okay, what else you got for me?
Other than that, we're keeping away from the Tory Lanez saga.
Tory Lanez has been charged with 3 counts of...
We were keeping away from it.
Says who we were keeping away from it?
I thought you said you're not going to give it no more attention.
I wasn't going to listen to his album or talk about his album, but Tory Lanez is charged with, is it 3 counts of...
I think it's 3 counts.
Of a bunch of things, endangering and having a firearm and all that stuff. So it racks up. If he gets convicted, the maximum sentence could be up to 22 years in prison. I'm sure he'll be able to afford a good lawyer and he'll plead out and it'll all be fine. He'll pay some money and it'll be fine.
It will be fine?
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Okay. We also have... I'm going to Canadians now. So in Canada, we are dealing with the new stuff that's coming in. So those people who are in small businesses or black-owned businesses or anything like that, there's supposed to be stuff coming in from the government to help you survive through this next phase of COVID. If you're from Edmonton, you'll know that COVID is affecting Edmontonians, especially. It's spiking.
We're on the rise,
and we're on the rise. So,
but also, I truly believe that we should have known that this was going to happen, because Edmonton is not a port city. So it makes sense that the numbers we were seeing in Toronto and Ontario, while Edmonton was seeing lower numbers, much like the U.S., the middle of the country is now seeing the higher numbers that the edges of the country were seeing before. So, it's just where we are. Also, the Princeton just released a study that said children are super spreaders. Super duper spreaders, they're saying. Yeah, so Princeton was like, children are the ones. The children are the ones. So apparently, children are super spreaders.
And you know what? I get that, because even in my family, my child who got COVID, he didn't have any symptoms.
Asymptomatic.
And so if one of us didn't get any symptoms,
nobody would have known.
Then nobody would have known, because we wouldn't have gotten him tested. He would have gone to school. It would have been fine. He would have been playing, running up and down, and everybody would have just been, we're good. Yeah. So being asymptomatic, I could see why, if you're immunocompromised or you're already dealing with it, we're going through the new seasons. Most of us, we got to double down on these vitamin C tablets, some oil of oregano. Shout out to Tim for hooking me up with that oil of oregano when I was sick. And my mom took it and bang, bounced right back. So thanks for Tim being that person to kind of just drive by my house and throw a bottle of oil of oregano through the window, to the porch door, and be like, "It's there now." No, he didn't do that. So long. Yeah, he's just the gift that keeps on giving. He was pretty good, so I'm really, really excited about that. In other news today, we also have our guy, the great actor of this time, Chadwick Boseman, on his way out, left one more gift.
A baby. Yes.
So
Simone,
his wife, who he married just as he got sick, as he was on his deathbed, apparently. He married her. They are now with child. And so that child,
it's the canoe. Sheryl was like, I said, I hope she hides that child from the world. Sheryl was like, they're gonna hold that kid up like king. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, squash banana, up banana. It's gonna be great. I know who you are.
All over again. Like, this is familiar. The circle of life. Exactly.
It's gonna be great.
What else you got?
And so that for the scroll, that's all I got for this week.
Let me see. I don't want to get.
What, we missed something?
I want to make sure that I missed something.
I kind of went through a couple of things. 19 Edmonton workers split $1 million lotto win.
Wow. Where do they work for?
They work for. I don't know. Doesn't say. It just says phone and his co-workers.
Nice work, y'all.
They bought it at Andy's IGA, 142nd Street, 91st. Not too far. Not too far. Not too far. And they won. I'm not promoting any type of gambling, but you could have been a winner. especially people who are suffering with that kind of a problem, a gambling issue. But you missed the 1 million, buddy. Sorry. It is what it is.
I'm dead.
You could have got it, but you picked the wrong day. Sorry.
Today you're quitting?
Just keep on quitting. After all this time. Your neighbor got it.
That's how my one time my aunt offered me korma. I don't know if you guys know what that is, right? Met them. And I'm like, no thank you. I like literally just ate. So she's like, you don't want any? You don't want any? I'm like, no, I'm okay. She's like, oh, you're on a diet now? It's too late, you know. It's too late. I'm like, jeez. Literally, I'm fine, but dag.
That is rough.
Like, let me go vomit. I'll be back.
The other thing in Edmonton news, just rolled out, Alberta plans to cut 11,000 Alberta Health Services jobs.
Wow.
And they're going to do this in an effort to save $600 million annually. 11,000. So that means people who are nurses, people who are in janitorial services, people who are, what else? Nurses' aides.
I think it's interesting how they can always be like, no, you can't defund the police. What are we going to do?
But they're constantly taking the nurses.
Medical? Defund. What else do you need? Education? Defund.
That's it.
Not the police, no.
No, we need them.
But defund is not abolish, right? It's defund. So let me ask you something. Why is the job market that is dominated, or the job that's dominated by white men, the one we can't defund, and the ones that are dominated by women, and many women of color are nurses, we could defund, no problem. Teachers, take it away.
And this is why it is so interesting why this keeps happening, and it keeps happening to the people who are going to take care of us. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so you're going to go to Alberta Health Services and take away 11,000 of those jobs to save 600 million. Instead of the police, instead of taking it from
the police,
the brand new helicopter the police bought to go above, and
the police budget is huge.
It's massive.
It's massive. Just take it from them.
They get so much money. They got so much money that when they got sued the other day for ghost carring people, and those people who don't know what ghost cars are, that's the speed cams.
Yeah.
That give you tickets, photo radar. So they got sued because people were like, you cannot do this. You're not trying to slow down traffic. Right. You're trying to get money.
Right. It's a money bag.
Money grab. This is not for you to slow down traffic. You're trying to do. So what they did was they then took all the cars that they had
and painted them
and put a wrap around them, a big yellow wrap that says "Drive Safe" on it on the side, and then put a flag. There's a big orange flag that's on the side of it, right? So it stands up so that when you drive by, and they were able to do that. Each one of those vehicles, each one of those wraps is over $3,000. So they took whatever money.
They're like, no problem.
We're just gonna take this extra money we got, and they just wrapped all the cars. They just wrapped them.
I bet you it's a buddy that got that contract. I bet you it's somebody's buddy. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. If it's not somebody's buddy, it's somebody's brother's thing.
They wrapped all these trucks, so the trucks are out there, and they're there taking they upgraded their cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the nice camera that they can zoom in nice on your license plate and take that. I see the lens is out here. It's like a sports lens. They're out there.
You. It does. But sometimes those pictures of your car are nice. Like one time my dad left the photo up on the because it looked like the Toyota photo the way they took it. So he just left it up on the fridge. It was nice.
That's how it is, man.
Yep.
Shout out to Greg and his camera.
Who makes that noise?
Who makes that noise?
I actually changed my camera to it does that now.
It does.
I'm gonna turn it off. I actually had it for the photo shoot that we did.
I'm gonna turn it off.
I had it for the photo shoot that we did. But now I'm like shooting above top still things. I'm like I'm shooting a pile of turmeric. Do I really need this? Rapid succession.
The other thing too along the lines of this job loss is our boy David Shepard was quick because he is on the health.
He sure is.
That's
probably why they keep cutting everything.
Yeah, so he's there, and he came out and made a very quick response to that. Him and Rachel Notley together, which are the head of the NDP party, which is the opposition of who's in power right now. And they came and they had a news conference. You can find that on YouTube, and you can also find that on edmontonjournal.com.
Okay, nice. I think Rachel Notley also said something about the UCP's raising student loan interest rates. I think 1% plus prime now. So they added money onto there, and now they're raising it. So that's about all the Canadian politics that I know. I'm tapped.
And then speaking of that chopper that we have,
I got a chopper in the car.
Apparently the chopper is equipped with an infrared sight. So there was a missing hiker in Elk Island National Park, and the chopper was able to fly over.
I did not tell you. I think we have it. If I have it, Havana, if you're watching this, send it to me. If I have it, I promise you I'll post it. When they flew over the Cooler Fete, and the helicopter took like infrared photos. So DJ Gel, I think it was like, point up at the helicopter. Now whine. So we're there. And there's just like this helicopter footage of everybody like
just whining
in this field. So I happen to have known that it is infrared equipped.
Yep. So they have that infrared. It's pretty good. You could see very clearly if you look at it, the man and his dog.
Yeah.
Who were lost in Elk Island Park, just sitting there. He's like, I don't know how to get home, Billy.
I thought about it. There was a video online recently of this guy who was walking backwards in the mountains because this cougar was doing that thing cougars do, which I did not know they did that. I was like, that's terrifying. The cougars literally like they scooch forward on their back 2 feet and go like this with their front paws. Yeah. But apparently she had some babies nearby or something. It's
a warning for a lot of things too. It's a warning. Like if they want you, they'll just run up on you and bite you.
He could have definitely bitten that guy's face off.
She literally was just
walking, making sure he's walking away.
And he's walking back. He's making all these threatening noises. And she's like, "Oh, you're still here? Okay, you're making threatening noises. You need to go back further.
Keep going
even further." And she walked him back like almost a whole kilometer back.
It's true.
And then she turned around and ran back to the babies,
back to the kids. Yeah.
She wasn't trying to have him come in there and do anything.
He's like, "Look at my hand." His hand was like this. He's like, "Oh, it's kind of stable." I'm like, that is adrenaline, sir. Tell us in 10 minutes what he's dealing with now. Like when he was on the camera, that's adrenaline. When that camera shuts off, he's gonna be balled up in tears later. Like it's gonna be. They call it is it after a rush? There's like a dip or a low that happens. That's like really bad. Apparently,
it's deep.
All right, let's move on to the screen.
The screen. So on the screen,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good?
Yeah. Yes, Darren. Darren said that man ran past so many rocks. I just want you to know. I was like, why did he not pick up single one of those rocks? He didn't want to provoke.
There was so much rocks.
So much rocks.
So much. He could have picked up about 4 or 5. And he could have thrown the first one, and if that provoked, he could have thrown the second one because she would have been a whole lot closer.
Yeah.
He could have used the rock and put it in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what?
He's like literally like like sliding on the rocks, like big rocks that he could have picked up that was like on top.
And at the end of the video,
he's right.
He bends down and like scooches some leaves or something
at the animal.
And then the animal just was like, "Okay, good. You're far enough.
I'm gone.
You're far enough. I'm not gonna get hurt by this guy and have babies to take care of."
Yeah, I got stuff to do at home. Got me out here in the streets. What else you got?
So we're back to the screen. This is where we're at.
Moving on to the screen, I'm gonna always talk about Lovecraft Country because I love it, but I have not watched the most recent episode
of
Lovecraft.
Yes, Lovecraft Country has another episode. There's one coming out because of Halloween. We have The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Okay. Is that on there? That's on Netflix?
That's on the flicks.
Nice. Not that one, but there's one called Bad Hair by Jason Simeon, who's the guy who wrote the original Dear White People. And it's about a lady who like has to wear a weave to work, and then the weave starts murdering people. I promise. I swear. I'm telling you, this is
just okay, guys. You know what, guys? We gotta support black businesses out here.
What do you mean? Only white people can make bad movies?
I didn't say it was bad. I haven't watched it.
Of course not.
But the sound of it is very, very questionable. No joke. No doubt.
It's a horror film. I'm fine with it. It says Bad Hair 2020. In 1989, an ambitious young woman gets a weave in order to succeed in the image-obsessed world of music television. However, her flourishing career may come to at great cost when she realizes that her new hair has a mind of its own. But it's all mad people in there. Jay Farrow's in there.
Nice.
Al Lorraine, yes. Zaria Kelly's in there, or Zariah. Madeline
James Vanderbeek.
Is he? There he is.
Wow.
James Vanderbeek is in
there.
Nice
picture.
Yeah. Lena Waithe is in there. Kelly Rowland is in there. Vanessa Williams is in there. It's gonna be a classic. Wow. You know how we have those whack movies that are also classics, like Soul Plane or Bebe's Kids, Baps. Right. Also, on the screen, sorry not to catch you, coming to America is coming to Amazon Prime. Skipping the movie theater is coming to America 2. Wow. Will be on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Skipping the theaters. What you got?
Vampires versus the Bronx.
What? Black people?
Black people.
Okay.
Yeah, black people will be fighting vampires.
There's a bunch of black horror movies on Netflix now,
There are quite a few on Netflix. We also have one that's not directed by black people, but Hubie Halloween, which is Adam Sandler again.
Oh, there's that guy again. Huh?
But he has quite a few people in there.
Yeah.
So
Sanaya was watching quintuplets yesterday, like very serious on her face watching it, and you could tell there's all kinds of stuff happening on screen, and she's just like eating whatever she was eating.
Honestly, some movies are just rough.
Yeah,
she
was doing it
to deal with.
I was like, I'm not even gonna. What else you got? The Boys season 2 finale.
Wow, The Boys season 2 finale.
There was one part. Okay, there's a part. If you guys are watching The Boys, there's a part where Stormfront is talking to Homelander's son, and she's like, there are people who want to kill us just because of the color of our skin. And she's like, yes, it's called white genocide. And Homelander's like, I think that was the moment he saw the line.
He was like, ugh.
Yeah, I might have to cross this.
It's hilarious.
But anyway, so The Boys finished.
Mm-hmm.
The main character in The Boys, maybe not the main character, but that awkward white dude was so terribly annoying for me. He was the worst part of the show. And the second most annoying person was his partner, was Starlight to me.
Yeah.
They were annoying, but I think that they may be a cross section of the population that I might generally find annoying if I ran into those people.
For me, it was interesting because when The Boys starts, it starts out with this guy. He's pretty ordinary. In fact, he could be even considered sub-ordinary. Like, he's very jittery and...
He's that guy they're always trying to sell you who's on anxiety medication.
Yeah, he's just angry.
Not even, who should be on anxiety medication.
I don't want to do anything more than this, and I'm good. And his girlfriend is like, yo, you could do a whole lot more. Like, you can do one better. Like, you don't have to work at the store. You could own a store in your. And then he's like, I don't know. And they're kind of holding hands. And while they're holding hands, one of the superheroes pretty much just runs into her and obliterates her into...
It's a very gory show, so I just want to say that before you go to watch The Boys.
It is.
It's tremendously gory, like tremendously gory. Actually, I find that the level of gore has gone up in just what I would call TV, like those long form.
I blame what's his name? Quentin Tarantino.
Christopher Maloney? Oh.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh.
He made gore very popular.
Yeah, he did.
Very
Sam
popular.
Rain. Sam Rain.
Yeah, he made gore like losing your eye is just a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be like, wow, did you see that? Now it's not so much.
Sanai's requesting a Black Multiverse Theory podcast t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie.
Nice.
But with the group logo.
Okay. Okay.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. We'll look into it.
Okay, what else you got on the screen? Anything else?
As far as the screen is concerned,
that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it for me.
Okay.
There was one movie that was coming out.
There's one coming out with our boy from Mbaku. Winston, what's his name?
The Trinidadian.
Yeah, he has a movie coming out.
Ooh.
That is him in the middle of nowhere. It's like one of those. It's like a Sundance film winner. It's one of those movies. I'll tell you what it's called now. We can do that.
Okay, and then there's also the movie. Pixar's really for the kids is releasing a cartoon, very similar to the one Inside Out. But it's called Soul Out or Soul. It's starring Jamie Foxx, and it's going to be the first time that a person of color is the main character.
Oh, I've heard this inside of a Disney movie.
Inside of that, other than Into the Spider-Verse.
Miles Morales.
Right. So. I think it's called Soul to Soul, maybe?
Winston Duke's new movie is called 9 Days.
Okay.
Yeah. You ready? Are you going to get the name of it? God bless you.
Excuse me.
You're excused. You're going to get the name, or are you ready to move it along?
I will keep looking, but we can move it along.
Okay. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Sam Henshaw, Church.
Oh, yeah. We've been playing that. It's called Soul. Just Soul.
It's called Soul? All right. There you go. Soul. When's it come out?
Soul, 2020.
November 19th.
It says it's postponed. November 19th. Yep.
November 19th, 20. It was supposed to come out earlier.
Okay.
But on November 19th, 2020, it will be released with Jamie Foxx as the voice.
And Daveed Diggs, I like him.
Also, before we move any further, the
Felicia Rashad is in there too. The Queen. I saw
she's gorgeous.
I saw your thing go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyebrow.
The yeah. Now I lost all frame of thought.
Felicia Rashad.
Yeah, that was happening. Then that. Okay. I think I lost it.
Sorry about that. I derailed you. Derailed your train of thought. You're talking about soul.
Yeah, I was talking about. There's different characters coming in. I was talking about the guy from Lovecraft Country, which we did say we were going to come back to that. He has a video on Instagram
of him moisturizing.
Of him doing a tutorial for guys on his facial moisturization regimen. And he's going through what he puts on first and what he does, and he first starts off this with no shirt. And
starts also moisturizing, starts with his body, and then also makes sure that he's getting his elbows.
Yeah, he's getting his elbows.
So his elbows are moist.
He's got. There's so much happening, but the comments are the best part for me. His name is Jonathan Majors. So Jonathan Majors is on there. So Jonathan Majors, as he's showing you this, he's got no shirt on. And he's like, it's very serious. It's a very serious thing. And all the guys in there are like, yeah, but I just use cocoa butter. They're like, oh man, you use this and this? Like, there's lotions. All the girls are like, oh. All the comments are like,
drooling face emoji.
You can moisturize me anytime. It's like, how many aunties do we have on this thing? There's so many old ladies.
Is he young? How old is he? Oh no.
You said, oh no.
I hate being this age.
You're not old at all, which is hilarious.
It's true, but I'm one of those ages that there's many ages that are not in
your category.
No.
He's 31 years old.
Okay.
Except he's in the parameter. He's in the grade.
Another 3-4 years, he'll know what he wants.
Oh God, that's hilarious to me. To me, right there.
I'm like, okay. All right. We can work with that.
Okay.
Right?
That works for me.
7 years. That's so bad.
That is hilarious.
Many people who have married older.
So he has a video. You guys should check it out. It's on Instagram, I think.
Actually, I've shared it on my page.
It's on her page.
Yeah, you can share it on Multiverse.
And he is there, definitely lotioning
and toning.
Please try not to be creepy when you see the video. Just
you cannot be creepier than me, so it's fine. Just live your truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has a good face for guys who want to know what to do with your face and how to keep it, moist and lavish. I would recommend just taking a peep at what he's got going on, because
he tells you the brands.
Some of the products are good, and I believe the brands are black owned.
I'm not really sure. Kiehl's for sure isn't black owned, but Aphrodisiac is black owned. So if you're looking for facial regimen,
actually, I'm gonna do my own video with Aphrodisiac products
side by side.
So you can
you should do a side by side video of you washing your face.
I'm gonna do the whole thing, except I'm not taking my shirt off.
It's so good of you washing your face right beside Jonathan Majors when he's like spritzing. You're like just scrubbing your face.
I'm gonna do it.
I like it.
So we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we sure are.
We're gonna bring it to you on the Black Multiverse Theory
podcast. Yes. Nigel MC's the world. Okay. I am listening back to Soca.
Bang.
Yeah, back at it.
Who's on the top of the list? Cass? Masha?
Actually, I found out that there's a song that I like long time from, and it's Cass, and I didn't realize it was him. It's from.
Okay.
So that's happening, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Amber, what's her name? From Glee, and also from Dreamgirls, and also from. She has a new EP out, actually. I can't think of her name. She has a voice on her. You would know who she is. From Glee. Yeah.
Amber Riley.
Riley,
I know Amber Riley. Yeah. She is good. She
has a new EP out.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah.
She can sing.
Long awaited. Boy, can she. Okay. Upcoming events. We've got mad of them. Bang. So, if you haven't already,
what's up?
Contact Sterling Scott because there is a secret show this weekend for his birthday, October 17th. Which is we'll be also celebrating 1 month before Nilo's birthday day. Nilo's birthday celebrations start on that day as well. So, contact him.
Wait.
Uzi La's gonna be there.
Why is your birthday celebration starting today?
Because it's 1 month out now. Okay. At this point, I start co-opting everything. Starting October 17th.
That's cool. Sure.
Contact them. Uzi La's gonna be there. It's
Uzi the Shadow Sparrow.
Arlo Maverick is gonna be in the building as well.
Ooh, Arlo Maverick, Black every day.
Sunday, day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm black every day. I'm black every day. I'm black every day. So, he'll be up in here, and I'm not really sure who else, but mad other people will be up in here. So contact them, and it is definitely RSVP. It is certainly
a live band only. Up in here. Everything's going to be COVID friendly, COVID safe. There'll be 2 meters apart. Mm-hmm. There'll be hand sanitizer, masks. Bring your lavish masks.
Correct.
And come out with masks. There will be food, drinks, snacky snacks. There's stuff there for you. Mm-hmm. So bring your money.
But it is RSVP only. It is pre-purchase tickets only, and it is a private party. So you have to kind of let us know if you're planning on coming or if you want to come, and then we'll figure out if you are invited or whatever.
I know there's like a bunch of people, and they're like, "Yo, where and who do we contact?"
It's Sterling Scott.
You're like, yo, Sterling Scott. And there's people like, how do I contact? I've never contacted Sterling Scott before.
It is sterlingscottinfo@gmail.com.
Is it?
Or info.
It definitely is.
Email.
Sterling's contact info@gmail.com. Sterling's contact info.
That's it?
At gmail.com. It says, we got space for a few more RSVP only event email. Sterling's contact info
at gmail.com. That is fantastic.
Sterling's contact info
at gmail.com.
There you go.
I will forever remember it.
You'll forever remember because it's Sterling's contact info
at gmail.com.
There you go.
What's Sterling's contact info at gmail.com?
That's what it is. You want to know what Sterling's contact info is?
At gmail.com. So that's coming up. We've got November 28th, 29th, and 30th, the Black Friday weekend spectacular. Bomb Yag Market is returning on the 20. All the dates are going to mess me up now. On the 28th. Yeah, I tell you every time we can clean up money from there. The man has told me many a times. He's like, yo, people do not come to win this money, and I know you can win this money.
Let's roll up. Right.
Yeah, so cool. November 28th is the Bomb Yag Market. November 29th is the Aphrodisiac Market. The Bomb Yag Market on the 28th is going to be upstairs at Hapisha Market. The Bomb Yag team, always ultra organized. So check out Bomb Yag. And then also
at the Habisha market.
At the Habisha. And also the Aphrodisiac market is going to be the 29th, and that's going to be over at
the Alberta Aviation Museum.
Correct, Mondo.
Over by Kingsway, the massive hangar. There's going to be all types of things going on
in there.
That's going to be the DZ market.
The third day that we're talking about is a Cyber Monday event. So we're going to gather everybody together. There's a lot of people who can't really make it out.
No.
And in terms of accessibility, so we want to gather all those vendors together and have you be able to access it right from your own home.
Boom.
Yeah, and so you can still, you'll be able to go to aphrodisiacmarket.com and be able to access those vendors as well. So those are the things we have coming back. Anything else?
Ordering online is very safe.
If anybody knows me and can see this and wants to come to Friendsgiving in November, let me know, because it'll be very, very limited.
Wow.
That's all. What you got? That's it?
For me?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. We're coming up into October. We're doing the final touches to Melanistic magazine. Coming up to our year end. So
correct.
I'm very proud.
A wrap party.
Very, 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 very proud.
Congratulations.
That this magazine that is here, that we put together, and we did it with Greg Davis, Robert, Nilo, and I. We have put together such a great product, and I'm very proud of the team that's behind it, and all the people that get to see the magazine. It is celebrating Black excellence. It is celebrating Black excellence throughout Alberta and throughout Canada. Yeah. We are expanding exponentially now, and things are looking great. So get your copy. It is free. So find out how by going on melanisticmagazine.com, and when you go on there, sign up for the Patreon. And when you sign up for the Patreon, this is what you're gonna get. A bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff. I can't tell you.
It's gonna be
go on the website.
Yeah.
melanisticmagazine.com.
We have a special surprise gift for our Patreon members for this wrap.
Sign up for this Patreon. Most people are like, why am I signing up? No, sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah.
We got gifts for you. We got stuff. We got the stuffs. So we want to give you the stuff. We want to send it to you. For those of you who have signed up already, that stuff is coming to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your early sign up. Thank you for signing up when we first said it. Thank you. And
we have a lot.
I haven't got anything. No, it's coming. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
We have a lot of things in store for our Patreon members specifically coming up. So,
and if you didn't know and you wanted Sterling's contact info,
it's Sterling's contact info at gmail.com.
That's what it is.
It's genius, is what it is.
It's quite genius.
So a blessed and prosperous Earth Day to Mr. Sterling Scott. I guess we will see you on the other side of that event. And I think that's about it. Do you have a word this week?
I do have a word. It's been interesting because there's a lot of been happening.
To talk about that.
What?
We can talk about it next week.
We can talk about it right now. Killer Mike.
And we don't have the details.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week. About Killer Mike.
Killer Mike made an online bank, and we'll talk about it next week. Stay tuned. Tune in next week. I think we could do that. I think we could do that. Make an online bank? Yeah. Let's talk about it off the We'll talk about it. Anyways, back to what we were saying. Correct. The word for the day. Because Mars has been in microbraids and people have been... Mercury's in microbraids today, too. It went in. Mercury, Mars was before, now it's Mercury? Still both, now it's both of them. So now they're both here fighting because they're in microbraids. They're telling you what's up. A lot of times there's things happening around you that are uncontrollable. Correct. If you don't subscribe to the Mercury's in microbraids or Mars in microbraids, and you just realize there's a lot of negative things that are happening around you, or things that you can't control that seem like negative things. The key is to just
grab onto the things that you can and you understand, you yourself, that you can and understand, that you can take care of. When you take care of yourself, that is the time. This is the times when taking care of yourself is important.
Correct.
Because there are people around you that are going to be on your wavelength at all. There are people around you that are going to be like, I'm doing my thing. And for some of us, depending on when you were born, where you are right now in life, that could be very frustrating because you're trying to go in this direction and the people around you are like everywhere. So to gain control of what you want to do and do it, first things first, just get a journal, start writing down your stuff, put things down in phases, move in a direction that you can control, and then as you slowly get into a spot where you feel more control, then you can branch out for other things. It's interesting to find out how much help is there if you've been helping others. So sometimes when there's a lot of chaos going around, that, strangely enough, is a good time to help other people. What you want to see happen in your life, it's a good time to kind of pay it forward. And you'll notice that later on, that will come back to you and that you will be able to. And even if it doesn't, you'll notice that it makes you yourself feel a little bit better because you're able to control this. In that chaos, you're able to control that thing. So no matter who it is, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, people on the street, I mean, lots of different things happen in our lives. For instance, for me, just a small story, I was going one of the days a few weeks back, and I was driving, and this guy cut me off to get into the McDonald's line. And I looked at him, and I'm like,
I think you told the story, but tell it.
Did I tell it already on the podcast?
I believe you did, but tell it.
Anyways, so the guy looks at me, and he put up his middle finger, and he was yelling out his window. He's like, what are you doing, man? It's my turn. I was like, yo, you need to get off your phone and focus, man. You're not focused. So we're yelling at each other outside of the car, from our windows in our car, and he's in front of me now in the line. I'm like, what is his problem, man? So I order my food. I'm behind him, and I'm getting ready to speed up and tell him off. And when we got to the front, he had paid for my food. He paid for my food, waited for me to come around the corner, and I was going to come and say thank you, because I was like, why would he pay for my food? And then he just sped off angrily out. And a friend of mine was like, yo, that dude just sunned you, man. Yeah, he just sunned you.
Definitely sunned you.
But in that aspect,
that's the most Canadian fight I've ever heard of in my life.
In the end, what I realized by that is, in his anger, he did this thing that was a positive thing, and then was able to speed off and left me like, yo, I don't know how I feel about this whole situation. I was angry 2 seconds ago, but I'm hungry now. So it was pretty good.
Am I grateful? Am I mad? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I thought I was angry. I was just hungry. So
you're hangry, turns out.
So anyways, that is the word for the day. Take control of what you can control, which is yourself and things that you can do. Pay it forward, and you'll come out on top. That's how it works.
And just a fast add to that, for the people who do listen to microbraids and retrogrades. A retrograde is only a parent movement backwards, so it just means that certain things that you're trying to accomplish now, and when I say now, between now and November 13th specifically, those things are going to be a little bit harder. Communication's going to be tough. You're going to be fighting with people a lot, maybe. People are going to be getting on your nerves a lot. This is all kind of what's happening now. So we will just wait it through, because time, like everything else, has to pass.
Perfect.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another episode of the Black Multiverse Theory podcast. We will see you again next week. Good night, everybody.
See ya.